Yeah, these medicines are really, they're not easy to get. That's for sure. We're in a small town in the mountains of Peru outside of Tarapoto. We're going to go talk to this guy about, he went to go find a tree. Every person has like their specific trees, or they know a lot of trees, but they know where they are because they've been getting it for such a long time. So I think it took him like 2 days or 3 days to get that. So he had to hike and sleep somewhere and then come back. It pours out white latex. It looks like this. This is exactly what it looks like. And this lights your chi energy back up. What it does is your spleen carries your chi energy, and a lot of times if we are addicted to coffee or kratom or you name it, whatever it is that you're addicted to, your chi energy stops working because you're using the other substance to give you and replace that energy. So this completely gave me back my heat. I wasn't cold anymore. I was suffering from being cold all the time, and that's lack of chi energy or splenic energy. So we're gonna go get 2.5 more bottles of this right now. This is called the high jungle, where we're about 1,000 to 2,000 feet in elevation from, let's say, Iquitos and Copa. Beautiful. The plant life here is phenomenal. This is a huge cacao plantation. There's a lot of cacao. We're gonna start passing it here in a minute. So mostly it's platanos, then we have sugar cane. That's all sugar cane right there. Platano, banana, sugar cane, but mostly it's cacao. From what I've seen traveling on this road, these are all cacaos right here. Those are cacao. There's a lot of sacred plants here as well, and that's what we're going to pick up. Those are all young. Those are young cacao trees. So typically cacao season is February, but you know, of course, that's when that major cacao production begins, and that is the rainy season. So all the plants really give out a lot of energy, a lot of food, a lot of latex in those particular months. December, January, February. Here I've been drinking from Uniberto's sink, basically, his faucet. He's got it hooked up to the waterfall, and I drink it every day, unfiltered, and I'm absolutely fine. I got a cut the other day. I don't know if you guys can see it, because we were making medicine and I stabbed myself because we were, you know, working with the medicine, and you have to kind of shave it. Immediately he went and he took a platano, squeezed the juice from the tree into my wound, and it burned, coagulated it, right? So it would stop bleeding. It also disinfected it, and then right away after that, sangre de grado, which is dragon's blood, right from the tree. You just hit the tree with a knife, and the sap comes out, and you just take the sap and you put it right on the wound, and that's it. That's your band-aid. Here's a small bridge we're going over, a little bit of a river. Here, let me show you guys how much cacao is on these plants here. They're everywhere. There's a random pineapple being grown. Standing in a huge cacao field. Both sides of the street are like that. There's so much wildlife here. I mean, I got bit the other night. I put moringa oil. I put moringa oil in my hair. The termites or ants, I don't know, they smelled it and they came through my cabin and they made a trail right to my head, right to my back, and they started biting me like crazy. And I had to shoo them off the bed. I had to put agua de Florida, which is a blessing water. It's blessed water basically. It clears any stagnant energy, but they didn't like that, so I put it all around the bed. And then it dried up in like 4 or 5 hours, and they came back and they started biting me again. Today I got bit by a ant, some kind of big ant. I don't think it's a bullet ant, but man, it still hurts. My big left toe, it bit me. It went through my my croc, and it just bit me because I was on, doing the fire, finishing the medicine, and it just bit me. So there's a bunch of stuff here, but all in all, nothing really bothers you too much. Especially if you're in an open space. Look at all these fields, Platino. They do something called slash and burn, right? So they can plant other crops like bananas. And here, I'll show you guys real quick. So this is what they do right here. They'll slash and burn, and then they'll plant crops. You guys see that? That's typically what they do. And they're burning a lot of these trees that have an incredible medicinal value. But cacao is the next coffee, because we are moving up and we are awakening, and coffee is just way too rough on the system, and people are starting to understand that. Cacao is much lighter. There's healthy fats in it. It's really good for your heart. Theobroma is really good for your heart. The people that I'm staying with have a cacao farm. And they also have cow honey. They get honey. The bees get honey from the cacao plants when they're blooming. The butterflies here and just the wildlife is out of control. It's so beautiful. Here we're going over another little bridge. River. We're rolling up to this town here. Straight up cacao farm. Right here. Really interesting here, they call their farm a chakra. Really interesting, because they're into medicinal plants and spiritual plants, and they call their farm their chakra. Found really interesting, being that they're really infused with the ayahuasca plant, which actually cleans your chakras, and that's why things that are blocked and are not allowing free-flowing energy through your body, that's why people purge. People purge because they have blockages or addictions that aren't allowing them to be their full potential. And that's all the ayahuasca plant does. She brings you back to yourself. You do it enough and you don't feel it as much as you did. You start coming into yourself more, if that makes sense. Yeah, you take a big enough dose, of course you'll feel it, but the smaller doses that used to take you through the roof don't do that anymore. They just make you feel more aligned. They just clean out any energy, especially if you live in the city. They'll clean out any energy from the week or the month or the 2 or the 3 months, whatever times you've taken, the dosage lengths, in between dosage lengths. And they'll clean out things that, oh, you didn't really want to go to your sister's house because all they do is drink alcohol. Or you didn't really want to go to your brother's house because you and him have this tiff and he's not going to really get over it, so it just gives it a bad energy there. Or whatever the case was, your friends wanted to go out and you got subdued into going to this place that you didn't really want to go into. Or hang out and you woke up tired the next day, and beat up. So that's really what the plant medicines do. They just align your chakras to where you have that clear navigation in your body to do the things that you actually want to do. Not get moved into something that doesn't make you feel well or disturbs your peace. But here's a beautiful river before I go. Look at this river. Gracias, señor. Gracias. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Gracias. Yeah, so this is really good medicine here. It's phenomenal medicine. Phenomenal. This is gonna help so many people. And I told him, I said, I don't want to hurt the tree. So is it okay? Because this is a huge tree. I said, is it okay if we, what's best to do? He said, once a year. So I'll be coming back here once a year and getting this. Hopefully I can treat that many people, because this stuff is precious right here. This is really something else. This is phenomenal.